It's all in the head, set. If that's set, if you are determined,
Right.
you've got to do it. So be it traveling or be it while I'm at home, I ensure I spend at least 30 minutes working out. Right? Now it could be anything. I go on a treadmill, I go for a walk, I lift heavy weights. It could be anything. But I need to sweat at least 30 minutes in a day. That completely eliminates any anxiety, any stress that I'm going through, and it will completely, it gives me that creative spark. Sachin and Brian were like on the top of my head, so I would go, and I'll bet on you for getting me that chance. Definitely, I'll sit with him and I'll ask him what is the secret behind all the audacious and ambitious steps that he takes. How does he think about it? What's the logic or the rationale behind taking those aggressive decisions? And he proves them right most of the time. So how does he does that? What's the
Right.
that makes me ready for the next day? So that's how, when you talk about sharpness, it's all about awareness and being
Right.
organized.
One piece of advice you would like to give to younger self who is starting their journey.
Even if I am able to inspire one person
Right.
out of all the effort that I'm putting in, I would be the most happiest person in the world.
Profile, BK, it's very inspiring. You've been a successful entrepreneur, the leader. What keeps you motivated in a career that revolves around numbers and processes?
It's very simple. I realized it very late in my career. Initially, when I started, it was all about sales and marketing.
Right.
I'll talk about big things, I'll talk about jargons, I will talk about a lot of flowery things in my verbiage, script. Our social media campaigns would be all talking about we do this, we do that. We talk about all those flamboyantness in our business, and we will do this, we will build this. But deep down, these days, in the last, I would say 7-8 years, I've realized the real essence of sales and marketing is to educate and create that awareness among the customers. Why create that awareness? Because I want to see I want my customer to be successful. I want to create that impact in their lives. Now when I think about accounting, and there is a customer who is coming to me, what, BK, we need to outsource, we need to sit down, we need these accounting services, bookkeeping, and we need that financial visibility around our business. And if I am able to deliver that, you can't imagine the joy that I have.
Right.
And the kind of happiness I am extending to that business owner. He's getting that piece of...
BK, basically, you love what you're doing. That's
Absolutely.
what keeps you going.
Absolutely. So the love or the passion to solve someone else's problem, that's my biggest motivation. If the customer comes and tells me, what, I'm spending $100 every day doing this accounting work. If I say I'll do it in $50-$60, but the quality and the value that I bring on the table would be priceless. And the joy that they get out of when they realize it's actually working, that is absolutely, magical. Nothing beats that joy. So that's what keeps you motivated.
This is your mantra. Yeah, I got to know, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Solving problems. Not just talking about it,
Right.
not just doing campaigns around it, actually on ground going and solving those problems.
But BK, very few people have this kind of leadership and ability to solve the problem, which you have. So how do you balance the professional demands of leadership with your personal interest?
Again, when we normally come at this stage of our careers, it's very difficult. It becomes challenging at times. But then, of course, how organized you are in your personal life, that clearly reflects in your professional life. So you have to compartmentalize things. You have to be very organized. You need to have a set routine. Of course, it's debatable. some might say, we are free flowing, we accept the things the way they come, we react accordingly. But for me, what works is early morning starts, and I'm an early riser, early bird. So I start with working out in the gym, and then reading books, drinking a lot of water.
But
So
how do you manage, BK? Sorry to interrupt. I'm just excited and curious to know. How do you manage time? Because you have back-to-back meetings, you have to travel, you have to meet clients. How do you manage time for your fitness?
it's all in the head, said. If that's set, if you are determined,
Right.
you've got to do it. So be it traveling or be it while I'm at home, I ensure I spend at least 30 minutes working out. Right? Now it could be anything. I go on a treadmill, I go for a walk, I lift heavy weights. It could be anything, but I need to sweat at least 30 minutes in a day. That completely eliminates any anxiety, any stress that I'm going through, and it completely, it gives me that creative space, and I'm in my own zone, and I do the things that I love. That, completely sets the tone for the rest of my day. And now imagine this. I wake up 5 in the morning, you wake up 8 in the morning. So easily I'm beating you by 3 hours every day. I'm drinking more water, I'm reading books, I'm talking to people in the gym, I'm working out. And I'm also planning what my day looks like. So I'm already 3 hours ahead.
So, BK, I was reaching to many of the founders from Denmark, USA, UK, Germany. So, including you, I'm saying, one thing I found, you people are mentally very sharp. Because you are managing businesses at the same time you're scaling up, so you need to be mentally sharp here. So that is something I found about you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir.
So,
And
yeah. Please continue.
see, being sharp means that you are well organized. You have done your homework right. Simple. So in the office, if I'm spending 8 hours, 10 hours, when I go home, I'm taking client calls, interacting with my team. All said and done, but deep down at the end of the day I need to sit down and I need to prepare my notes. And I'll be very honest, I'm having my notepad right over here.
Right.
This is how normally I work on the pen and paper and manage my day-to-day tasks. I don't go out for any fancy software. This works for me. The basic.
Still you're saying this pen and diary. Yeah, that's
absolutely. When my day ends, I have to, I strike through all the tasks that those are completed, and for the next day, I write my priorities. So I keep it very simple. So no matter if I'm working 15 hours or 20 hours in a day, I need to still spend those 10 minutes. That makes me ready for the next day. So that's how, when you talk about sharpness, it's all about awareness and being organized.
So, BK, you've been a successful entrepreneur, you've been a successful leader. What's the one piece of advice you would like to give to younger self who is starting their journey in this industry?
Yeah, I think, success happens when you're out of your comfort zone.
Right.
That is.
But BK, sorry.
Again, it depends. There are a lot of factors. But one thing that remains constant, and I think that works magic, is your ability to take that calculated risk. Right? As you grow, the kind of experiences you have in your career, the kind of interactions you have while traveling on business events, if you are aware and if you are a good leader and you are very conscious about your career growth, you will pick up things that will inspire you to take up risk and leadership roles. And that happens very naturally and organically. You cannot plan for that. And that's exactly what has happened. I have been blessed that I've got the right kind of mentors, leaders, and entrepreneurs who have, time to time helped me, who have actually picked me from here and placed me there. That's your actual position. Now you thrive in there. So now, post that support and mentorship, it's ultimately up to you how you want to take it, how you want to thrive. How do you make the most of that opportunity? And that's exactly what has worked for me.
And what advice you like to give to younger people who is starting their career?
Right. See, these days, creativity and innovation. I won't say these days, creativity and innovation have been the constant factors driving successful businesses. So, I would always encourage, people to be more creative, more innovative.
Right.
Always have that curiosity to explore, and there is always a better way of doing things. So let not that curiosity die. Keep on creating that awareness, gaining knowledge, and at the same time, once you have that knowledge, once you have fed your curiosity, risk taking. Normally we call it risk, but it's a calculated risk. So it becomes easy. So feeding your knowledge, working on self-development, improving your communication skills, going to networking events, this on a whole builds a 360 personality of you as a professional. And that's what naturally helps you to excel in whatever you are doing. So that's probably the best advice I could do, and because that has worked for me.
Right. Because Bharat, somewhere you are able to come out from your comfort zone. That's the reason you are there. I mean, very few people at your age, young age, I would say. So yeah, massive transition, I would say.
Yeah, that's the number one thing, getting out of the comfort zone.
BK, in today's world, what holds more importance? What's your opinion? Skill or degree?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think it's the skill, because skill you keep on polishing it and you utilize and practically implement. But again, not undermining the value of degree. Degree lays the foundation. Degree is the foundational aspect for you to grow. And normally, consider a simple example. If I have to crack an interview, minimum qualification is graduation. If I'm not a graduate, I'm automatically disqualified from
Right.
So you need to have the degree. You cannot undermine, unless there are firms who are not valuing degree, or I won't say value. They are not very serious about considering degree holders. They also have evaluation criteria where they try to challenge your skill set. But that's not happening on a larger mainstream space. That's happening in a limited space, and you won't get a lot of people who are just 10th or 12th standard passed and then they are becoming entrepreneurs. There are very handful of people who are actually thriving in this area. And again, their awareness, curiosity, and that passion to do something or bring change in the society and community, that's what's driving. So it not necessarily works for all, but yes, it works. But again, skill, but with the foundation of degrees is what normally I would say should be the way forward.
Okay, skill and foundation of degree. But what's the one message you would like to share with your followers, with set of audience, staying about informed, critical, and hopeful in today's world? Anything like you would like to share?
Yeah, see, today's world, everything is changing at the blink of an eye. Right? Everything is so rapidly evolving. So all that we can do is we can just stay updated and keep reinventing and evolving yourself. Spend time on developing your personality, developing your knowledge, and the biggest asset I would say would be your connections, followers, and the network that you have built, especially around. And one of the prime examples is you and me, Sid.
Right.
Where did we meet? We interacted on LinkedIn. We interacted on each other's posts, and we are here sitting and exchanging, ideas for the larger audience. Right. So this is one thing that I think would really help. And I don't think so I have spent even a single rupee for this. Right. It's pure genuineness of yours and my commitment to address my followers and share my learnings. That is what we are doing. Right. So that's the
networking. You mentioned networking and collaboration. These both are important.
Absolutely. And then of course your awareness. Now when you do networking and collaboration, what are you going to talk about?
Right.
You need to have your homework in place. You need to have that knowledge where you are sharing and people are willing to listen, right? You cannot simply go to a networking event, sit in the corner. You need to be out there on the stage and interviewing people, talking to people, learning their interest, their expertise, bringing that back, working on yourself, right? All these things, matter, and that's how it works.
Vicky, what's the one thing about you that most people don't know that might surprise them?
That I am a good cook.
Okay. So
See,
yeah,
as a fitness
your followers
enthusiast,
will also come to know. Yeah.
as a fitness enthusiast, let me tell you this very honestly said, and I'm sure people who are listening to this would agree that fitness enthusiast, there is no special cook who cooks food for people who are into bodybuilding and fitness. They have to be their own cook.
Okay.
They have to learn themselves. Nobody is going to prepare 5-6 meals in a day for them, right? So they have to learn themselves and they have to prepare, and that's one thing that I've learned over a period of time. And yes, I can proudly say that I'm a good cook, and not a lot of people know about it.
Okay. This has been revealed. Yeah, your followers, that what is there, everyone come to know about this hidden talent. Right. Vicky, imagine you are 25 again. What financial steps you would be taking to set yourself on path to achieve financial independence, and what action you would be taking to scale up your career in 2025? You're saying, how do you invest in yourself?
So you're talking about me as a 25-year-old?
25 again. You are 20. Imagine you are 25 in 2025. So
Okay.
what are the steps you would be taking to achieve financial independence, and how do you invest in yourself in your career to scale up your career?
Right. So as a 25-year-old in 2025, I would like to be highly tech savvy. Right. I would love to explore I should be exploring all the gadgets around me and all the technology that's shaping the world around us. And then when it comes to investments and managing finances, you need to start investing in different areas, be it real estate, be it share market, be it some investment plans. You need to do it on a regular and in a disciplined manner. And then when it comes to creating awareness, as I said, travel, create a network of people, like-minded people. If not like-minded, create a network of leaders and entrepreneurs where you can participate. Spend on yourself, developing your personality, be it communication or learning, and go to networking events, and become a package which everyone would love to, work with.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, that's what you are, Bharat. In LinkedIn, people reach out to you because people learn from you, being your follower or being your friend, anybody.
Yeah, and I'm glad. I'm glad the content is resonating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
My experience is being, appreciated, and it is maybe
In LinkedIn, I would say, BK, I mean, your post, it's a learning to audience, to your followers. Yeah.
I'm glad that's happening, and maybe even if I am able to inspire one person,
Right.
out of all the effort that I'm putting in, I would be the most happiest person in the world.
Right. Yeah, that's the reason I believe in LinkedIn people are following your work, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
BK, how important is financial literacy, and what can we do to improve it in schools and communities?
I think, I'll give you one example. Recently, I was studying about Philippines. Now, Philippines is one of our, competitor countries when it comes to outsourcing businesses. So they have a very well-structured course and curriculum within their schools and colleges that teaches them about outsourcing.
Right.
So they are trained within their schools and colleges to take up outsourcing jobs, which for us, I don't think so, or even I have heard of any regular courses during our schools or college times where we have created that awareness about the KPU and PPU. So that's not happening. Similarly, when we talk about finances and managing finances, I think we should have dedicated subjects right from the very young age during schools and colleges to at least create that high level awareness of why this is important. Of course, I'm not saying that we need specialized CA courses within school or colleges. That's again the interest of the people that take up these roles and job profiles and they study for it. But at school and college level, that general awareness that when talked about finance, you have something to say because you are aware how it's done. So those basic, I would say courses or awareness curriculum you need to have at the very young age. We did not have, so we learned investing at a very late age.
Right. After I would say BK, our graduation, I would say.
Absolutely.
Right. This is what BK Nikhil Kamath mentioned one of his interviews. He mentioned that we are doing degrees. After doing graduation, we are learning how to manage finance.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's and we have experienced that. I still feel that I am 10 years behind when it comes to managing finances and investments. Right? I lack that awareness.
Because this is the second last question. If you could have a dinner with any historical or spiritual figure, who would be and why?
Historical spiritual figure. Right. I think historical figure, I'm not very sure, but then I think it would definitely Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay, great.
For sure, hands down. And second would be Brian Lara. 100%.
Two cricket legends.
Yeah, I also am a big fan of all the sports. I play all the sports. Right. I follow tennis. I follow Formula 1. I follow MotoGP. I follow Kabaddi. I follow Olympics very closely. So Olympics, when you talk about, I love all the 100-meter sprinters. I would love to talk to them, chat with them. Then I follow bodybuilding as a sport. So there are just too many people. Sachin and Brian were like on the top of my head. So I would go with them. And I'll bet on you for getting me that chance.
Definitely. It's my I would say pleasure. BK, I know you are busy. You have very limited time. But some other day we will definitely have another session. Yeah. Regarding fitness and all.
We can talk about fitness. We can talk about sports. We can
sports. Yeah.
You name it.
Multiple. I would say. Yeah. I really want to, but yeah, since you have very limited time, you have to take time. I totally understand. BK, this is the final question. Imagine this: you are in a room with Elon Musk, Amitabh Bachchan ji, and Donald Trump, the man himself. You have a chance to ask each of them one question. What three questions you will be asking these iconic figures?
Oh wow, interesting. So I'll start with Amitabh Bachchan.
Right.
I mean, he brings a lot of relevance to the conversation that we have had.
And you are a big fan of it, I know.
Absolutely. So, the obvious question when you see Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is that how does he keeps himself evolving even after 50 or 55 years in the industry, and he is still capable of beating the best.
Right.
So I would definitely ask him that what's his mantra to keep himself evolving with the trends and the changing times of filmmaking and acting.
This is on record. I'm saying, BK, I have seen nobody like Amitabh Bachchan ji as so hardworking at this age.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got some of the great work ethics.
Right.
He's very disciplined, and he's always. I have heard that he's always on time on the sets.
Right.
Then I think Elon Musk, definitely. I know I'll sit with him and I'll ask him what is the secret behind all the audacious and ambitious steps that he takes. How does he think about it? What's the logic or the rationale behind taking those aggressive decisions? And he proves them right most of the times.
Right.
So how does he does that? Like, what's the intuition behind that? What's the motivation behind that? Right. And then talking about Donald Trump again, I think we'll soon see him taking the president's chair in the US. So I would ask him, like, at this age, what keeps him motivated to take up these challenging roles in one of the most powerful, offices in the world.
Wow, what an insightful and incredible conversation, Bharat. Thank you for sharing your expertise and passion with us.
Thank you so much, sir. And as I said, I can go on and on and on.
But yeah, BK, thing is that you don't have time right now. I really want to. But definitely, BK, I will reach out to you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we will do it as many as you want.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. I mean, amazing. And we have already spent more than 1 hour.
More than 1 hour.
So
I mean, your journey and the insight you have shared, it's just, very insightful, I would say. It's a wrap up, BK. To all our listeners, BK has reminded us today of the importance of focusing on your strength while entrusting experts to handle the complexity. Whether you are an entrepreneur or franchise owner or someone who feels to know about the financial operations, this episode is for you. I have added BK's LinkedIn profile. Go and follow him. Thank you so much, BK, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, Sid. Pleasure being on your talk show, and I wish you all the best. You are doing some amazing work,
right?
And you're bringing directly insights from the entrepreneurs and leaders to your followers. Where otherwise, we won't get exposure or we won't be able to catch those expertise anywhere. So you're bringing those experts on your channel, and I'm very fortunate, and I feel humbled and at the same time happy to be on your